Another one is identifying target markets. So, a target market is a group of present and potential customers to which a business intends to sell its product to. So, the customers within the target market share similar characteristics, so they can have heterogeneous or homogeneous needs, depending on whether they're similar or the same. There's a primary target market, which is the segment at which most of the marketing resources are directed at, or there's a secondary target market, which is usually a smaller and less important market segment. So, for target markets, I like to think of like stores I shop at and stores that are like I have shopped at as I've grown up and how they've changed. So for example, Smiggle, the target market would be 5 to I don't want to be controversial here. I say like 11, 12, like 5 to 12 year olds, like that's who they're targeting. But the secondary target market, like they're targeting them, but their parents are buying that. But the secondary target market can be anyone who's buying gifts for younger children, for example. So that's their lesser market because when they're first, the actual advertising and all their marketing is for the young children. But in the background, it's also for people who are buying for young children, or maybe teachers who want to give that as to students as gifts or presents or like rewards in the classroom. It depends. You can also look at like the target market of like Glassons or your favorite store. Every store is different. Like if you look at like the target market of I'm trying to think of why have I like blanked on like every shop ever. Every store has a different target market. Like EB Games is gonna have a very different target market to Cook Eye, for example. Like every target market is different and it's just looking at the different needs. So the target market might have to do with age, it might have to do with gender, it might have to do with interest. There's different kind of factors that you can look at. But I want you guys, and if you guys are in the chat, and hopefully we're in the chat and we're all talking, go to the chat and write like your favorite store, and in the chat we can kind of discuss, well, like what's the target market, and like who are they really targeting. So why would you identify and select a target market? Because it directs the marketing strategies to that group and it allows the business to satisfy needs and wants. So imagine Smiggle now, if they didn't sit down and they're like, you know what, our goal and our target market is 5 to 11 year olds. If they didn't have that goal, then they'd just be having random advertising. Like the Smiggle advertisement, like the store itself is very colorful. They've got like a lot of animals and like very bright and like fun imagery because they're marketing to children, because that is their target market. But if they didn't set that target market, they could just do random, like why would Smiggle, for example, advertise on Facebook? Like what 8 year old is on Facebook like scrolling through like marketplace like and is gonna see like, oh, let me go shop at Smiggle? Or same if they use like really dark colors or didn't have like any imageries or any animals or anything to appeal to children. That target market sets all of their goals and sets the exact kind of strategy that they're going to use to market to that group. Same with like Glassons and a lot of these online stores. Same with the activewear brands. A lot of them are using social media to target, and especially TikTok. TikTok is very big for advertising now, but that's a marketing strategy because if they want to get to their group, which a lot of the time is like teenagers into like young adults and people in their 20s, if they want to get there, that's what that age group, that's what we're all using. So like why would you go advertise anywhere else? Like why would you see, like for example, like Elite 11, you wouldn't see like an ad on TV, because who's watching TV realistically on like the proper like programs? It's more people into their 30s, 40s, and 50s more than it is teenagers or anyone like in their early 20s. We're watching TikTok. We're on Insta. So that's where they're going to advertise. So target market is so important because once you decide, okay, well, these are the people we want to target, this is the gender we want to target, this is the interest, this is maybe even the area that they're from and that they live in, it's so much easier to be like, okay, well, these are the strategies that we're going to do. Same with us at Age Notes. Why would we target elderly? You know, we're going to target you guys, and we're also going to target parents because they can help with the resources that can then help you. So everything has to do with the gender, but also the age and target market. Really just sitting there and deciding, okay, who am I going to actually market my products to is so, so important. There's a mass marketing approach, which seeks a large range of customers, and it assumes that individual customers in the target market have similar needs. So I always think of Costco. Costco doesn't really customize their marketing to anyone. It kind of just assumes that like everybody will want these things, and they just have that single marketing mix. So for them, they've got the one promotional program, they've got their online store and you can like see some deals, but they've also got like the Costco catalogs. And then they just have that homogeneous distribution system, and it's just their single marketing mix. There's also the market segmentation approach, which is when the total market is subdivided into groups of people who share one or more common characteristics. So after segmentation, then you can select one group of the market to be targeted, and enables the business to design a marketing plan that meets the needs of a group. So this is very hand in hand with target markets now. So the market segmentation approach, you can be like, okay, we want to target maybe, for example, Smiggle. We want to target Smiggle, but then they can go even further into the market segmentation approach and be like, okay, well, we want to target kids who shop at Smiggle, and then even further, we want to target kids who shop at Smiggle who love to draw, or who love to make art, or who love like squishy pens, or like the smelly stickers. Like, I don't know, I don't know what they're selling at Smiggle these days, but that's when they're going even further and further into it, and they're subdividing it into further groups. Then there's also the niche market approach, which is a narrowly selected target market segment. It's highly specialized and customized goods and services, and obviously the price needs to reflect that. For this one, I like to think of Hobby and Co. I'm not sure if you guys have heard of that store. They have like a lot of like model trains, model like airplanes and cars, like puzzles. Same with like niche like art stores. Like, I'm not sure if you guys remember Riot, and like those like art and like those painting stores where all they sell is like paints and canvases, and coloring books and all that type of stuff, paintbrushes. Um, Target markets, like another one, or like a niche market, is travel agents, because again, it's like that niche of like you're traveling and you want like an agent to organize it for you. But they can specialize in services to specific regions, or magazines for specific hobby enthusiasts, like when you see those motorbike like magazines, or like a special car magazine, um like for specific hobbies. So different niches will just be to that really narrow kind of market. So like Smiggle wouldn't be a niche because most kids love Smiggle. But if, for example, Hobby and Co., which is that niche, and it's for kids or adults or teenagers who are really interested in, these certain hobby activities. Same with like ski stores, for example, that sell ski equipment. That's very specific to people who like to ski. Nobody else would buy anything from a ski store unless you wanted to go skiing. Like, that's obviously like a niche store compared to Rebel, which has like that bigger approach where they've got ski equipment, they've also got tennis and footy and soccer and like all these different sports, and like fitness and gym equipment and shoes and normal like athletic clothes. Like Rebels, like they have everything. So that's just a kind of comparison, so you can see the difference between niche market approach and just the general market approach. So let's look at this HSC exam question from 2015. So Sam runs a business that designs and sells custom-made high fashion clothes. In which type of market is Sam's business operating? So is it an intermediate market? Is it a mass? Is it a niche? Or is it a resource? So I want you guys to have a question and have a go in the chat, but we'll take a quick look. Now, one thing I really recommend with multiple choice is just crossing out the ones and like physically actually drawing a line, because it'll really help with your answering. So we're going to draw a line through A and D, because we know that that has nothing to do with this dot point, which is why knowing the syllabus is so important. So important. So that means it has to either be a mass or a niche, but when we're looking at it, it's custom made and high fashion. So if it's custom made, it wouldn't be mass, because we know from mass that it's a very standardized product and they're just making the same product over and over again. A custom made product automatically, because it's customized, and here we have it here, it's very specialized, it's in the niche. So answer is C. Whether you typed it, whether you thought it, good job. Even if you got it wrong, don't worry. Good job, I'm still proud.